This is James. He's a doctor, and he has 4 sons, all named James. We showed him videotapes of these 3 single women, and he picked one as his date. Which one did he choose? Which one will our audience choose? And this is Susan. She's a nurse, and she has 2 daughters named Sid and Sam. Which one of these men did she choose? Which one will our audience choose? Today on Love Connection, you'll find out who they pick, who the audience picks, and everything that happened on their dates. Now, here to tell us more about Love Connection is our host, Chuck Willery.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the show. I'd like to welcome you all to Love Connection, where we've got a new way for singles to meet, and here's how it works, okay? We've compiled a videotape library of more than 1,000 attractive and available single people. We select some of those singles and show them 3 videotapes, and they choose the one that they're most attracted to and go out on a date. Then they come here and they tell us what happened on the date. Now, to begin with, we're going to meet a man who selected a date from our video library. He's from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. He says that if he could trade places with anyone, it'd be his oldest son. Please welcome Dr. James Mays. How are you, Doctor? Hello. Nice to see you. Come sit down. Shall I call you Doctor or call you James?
Call me Jim.
Call you Jim?
Right.
Okay, and not even James. Jim, why would you like to trade places with your oldest son?
Well, he's very popular. He's an excellent football player, and he has many friends, girls and boys, and they seem to cling to him. And again, also because I'm his father.
Why did you name, I mean, this is the most outrageous, well, I don't want to say outrageous because that sounds like an indictment, but it's unusual. 4 sons, and all 4 of them are named James.
Well, my oldest son is named James after myself and his grandfather. We adopted a son, and his name happened to have been James. He was 5 years of age. And we've had 2 subsequent children, and they're all boys, so we said, why not continue this good thing?
How do you distinguish one from the other?
I said, hey, you, come here. and sometimes they come.
It's nice to know a little bit more about you. Listen, we're going to show you a portion of the tapes that James saw. Now, you in the audience and you at home, too, watch very closely, because we're going to ask you to pick the woman that you think is best for James. Now, first there was Joanne, and she's from Chicago, and she tells us why a department store is a good place to meet men.
They're not too good at matching a tie and a shirt and that kind of thing, and I like to go in the men's department and smell the men's colognes and things like that. And, you know, they start up a conversation. Well, how do you like this? Do you think this would match this or whatever? And
now, next there was Candy. Now, she's from New York, and on a first date, she says she always carries her own money, and she likes to take it pretty slow.
I'd rather take my time. I don't mind a few kisses on the first date, but I'm not ready to, you know, go the whole route right away.
Oh,
I kind of like to wait until I know a guy a little bit better.
Okay, and finally, you watched Mary. Now, she was raised in Greensboro, North Carolina. She likes to play pinball, and let's hear what she likes in a man.
Person who is secure, you know, within himself, has a job or business or whatever, you know, has money, who likes to have a good time, who likes to go out, who likes sports, who cares about, you know, me, my feelings, and things that I want and what I like to do, you know, also.
Now, James selected one of those women as his date, and before he tells us who he's going to choose, let's take a look at all 3 women again. Okay, here they come. Now, first there was Joanne. She's a 44-year-old high school principal. Then Candy, she's a photojournalist, and she's 35. And finally, Mary, she's 37 and works as an administrative assistant. That's all 3 of them. Okay, audience, it's time for your voting machines. Now, you've met James. You've seen his 3 choices. Who do you think's the best lady out there for James, okay? Now, the 3 here in the studio and at home, too, please make your choice right now, okay? We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll meet the woman that James selected, and we're going to hear everything that happened on their date. You hang in there. We'll be right back. Now, in a little while, we're going to find out who the audience picked, but right now, let's find out who James selected. James, who did you select?
It was very difficult, but I selected Candy.
Now, in Love Connections, we hear both sides of the story, and we ask our couples not to speak to each other after their date. Candy's backstage, so let's say hello to Candy Snyder. Hi, Candy. Hi, honey. Good. Candy, as we say on a lot of shows, of course, what was your first impression of James?
Well, I thought he was fine. I thought he was very handsome and nice.
Now, James, sounds like you had a pretty good date, did you?
It was a wonderful date.
What made it so good?
Well, it was good because Candy and I first had the opportunity to go out together, and I had wanted to, and we went to a clam bake.
Oh, nice.
And this was very interesting because we went out to this beach area and the beautiful breeze and so forth, and there were several people there, but we snuck away from them and walked along the ocean. In fact, we walked so far, we walked about 6 miles before we realized that we had walked that far.
Wait a minute, that's heavy-duty walking,
we
miles.
walked 6 miles because we were talking. And I was saying these poems to her, kind of preparing her.
What?
I said, the breeze on the leaves brings such memories of the love we shared as we walked along the shore. That's just part of it.
It was a beautiful night on the beach.
What's most memorable to you out of the whole date?
When he kissed me goodnight.
All right, getting right to the stuff. Well, before we get to the kiss, what else happened after you finished your 6-mile walk?
Well, we finally made it back to our refuge and continued with the clam bake, and we started to dance. And she's a magnificent dancer.
Really?
You know, I can dance, but I can't dance the way she dances. So what I did was I stood back and let her do it. And I mean, she was the center of attention, and I was very proud because she's quite a lady, and she had all this beautiful rhythm, and I just stood there sometimes while she was dancing and watched her, like everybody else.
Whoa!
We did take the floor. Everybody was looking at us. We had a lot of fun, though. It was nice.
What happened next time?
Candy had the party going where we had to leave, and we went and visited with some of her friends at 2 locations, and we had a good time. I had the opportunity to know a little more about her by knowing her friends.
Oh, nice. I like that. Anything else we should know before we go for the audience vote and see who they picked?
Well, we did have a good time talking with her friends, and I had the opportunity to talk with her a little further, and I took her to her apartment, and we sat there and we talked and we reminisced and we kissed. And, I went home.
You know, you give this audience, you give them an inch. You give them an inch, they'll take it right away from you.
Oh, by the way, I did give her a beautiful tropical plant that I said to her that this plant will be a living memory of tonight.
That's very nice.
Yes.
What a good idea, too. Oh, nice man. Nice man. Boy, a real romantic guy. Let's take a look and see who the audience picked, and hopefully they picked Candy. Maybe they did. Let's see. Oh, my word, they picked Mary at 45%. Just shows you how much they know. Well, now, on the show, if you want to take the audience's advice and go out with Mary, we'll be happy to pay for that date, just like we picked up the tab for this date, or do whatever you want to do. What do you think?
Well, I'm psychologically and to some degree emotionally committed to dating this very beautiful lady, Candy, and I would be very honored if she would accept a date in the future with me.
Well, that's our, I think that's wonderful. How about it, Candy? Come on out, Candy. Come on out, honey. Please sit down. Sit down on my couch here. It says we watch Romance Bud. Well, I'm telling you. You think Jane's the kind of man you could get serious about? I know it's kind of early, but what do you think?
Yes.
Okay, no hesitation there. We have a nice gift for you. I'm sure it won't be half as nice as the gift you've given each other, though. And we'd like to thank you very much for coming on Love Connection and sharing your story with us, and keep us informed as to how your lives go, okay?
Sure.
Would you do that?
Yeah.
Thank you. Listen, we're going to come back with another couple in just a minute. You stay with us. Good for you.
Wow. This Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has wavy edges that tear so much better. I'm starting to get carried away.
Designed with smooth tear edges, Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has wavy perforations that tear so much better for a smooth, more enjoyable go. Plus, it has more cushiony softness than ordinary squares. Try Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear, voted #1 product of the year.
Why do you watch live TV?
I watch for the drama.
I watch for the pregame hype. I watch for the chemistry.
I watch live TV for all the free channels I love in one app.
Dad, I'm a genius. I figured out how to make us penguins fly.
That's gonna be tricky without wings.
Exactly. That's why I've got Red Bull. It gives you wings. All we have to do is drink it.
And how?
Come on, Dad, just drink it. But why?
Why? It's 40 degrees below. Do you think we're standing here for fun?
Red Bull gives you wings, but only if you drink it.
Aww. At Burger King, you write the rules of value.
Your rule number 105, Cineminis are part of the meal.
No. It's the whole meal. You can choose all Cine Minis with the $5 duo or $7 trio.
At Oscar Mayer, we smoke our bacon for 12 long hours. Keep it Oscar.
Experience an ultra-close shave with a single-edged stainless steel blade.
Yep. We're still smoking that bacon.
The Geico Gecko? I'm like speechless.
I love how I save $900 when I switch my car insurance to Geico.
And their customer service reps always know just what I need.
Did you just,
Shh. Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
All right, we're back. This time, let's meet a woman who chose a date from our video library. Now, she collects teddy bears and says she's looking for Prince Charming. Please welcome Susan Raphael. Hi, Susan. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Nice to know. You could use the rest. You had a hard day, Susan?
No, yesterday I did at work.
What exactly to you is a Prince Charming?
It has nothing to do with appearance, though it's nice to have someone who looks nice. It's someone who likes to cuddle, who likes to talk. I find that a lot of men don't like talk. I don't mean just meaningless talk. I mean talk about how they're feeling and what's going on inside them.
You mean you don't care about looks? Let me go back just a little bit. You said looks aren't important. Looks really aren't important.
Not totally.
Not totally.
I mean, I'm a tall girl, woman, whatever. And I don't like to go out with men who are shorter than me or close to being my height. I mean, I like to wear 3/4 heels.
What else do you kind of like in a man?
I like beards.
Beards.
Gray hair.
Gray hair.
Nice eyes. And I like nice, strong hands on men.
So
I don't like small, chubby
so the guy,
hands.
looks aren't important, but he should be tall, have gray hair, and a beard, and perhaps strong hands. You know, we have that criteria in order. Let's take a look who you had to choose from. We're going to show you a portion of the tapes that Susan saw. Now, watch very closely, because you're going to get to vote again, okay? And first, there was Alejandro. Now, he says that he's a liberated man, and here's a date that he remembers well.
Well, we went back to her place and sat around and got to talking, and well, we eventually ended up in the bed and talking, and I fell asleep. And I woke up the next morning laying next to this gorgeous woman who wondered what was wrong with her because I fell asleep.
Next, there was Nate. Now, he's from Chicago. He meets most of his dates in supermarkets, and he says he's always attracted to the same type of woman. That's what he says.
I thought back a while ago in terms of the women that I've had significant relationships with and found that they were all brunettes. They were all 5'4", 5'5", 5'3", all weighed 105, 110 pounds.
And finally, you watch Bennett. He enjoys fishing and bike riding, and as far as dating goes, he takes the traditional approach, he said.
From flowers at the door, to the opening of the car door, to being a gentleman at all times and treating her as a woman, and letting her know that I'm a very sensitive man, a very sincere man, a very caring, very loving, very sensuous man, and also very sexual.
Now, before we find out who Susan chose, let's take a look at all three of them again, okay? First, there was Alejandro. Now, he's a 50-year-old salesman. Then we met Nate. He's an electrical engineer, and he's 42. Finally, Bennett. He's in hospital administration, and he's 45. Now, audience, it's time to vote again. Who do you think's the best man for Susan? You've seen all three. You've seen her. Pick one, okay? In a little while, we're going to find out who the audience picked, but right now, let's find out who Susan selected and maybe why she selected him. Susan, who'd you pick?
I picked Alejandro, and which
the guy that went to sleep. He went to sleep.
And the people in the audience can tell, but he was the tallest one.
Oh, so you picked him because of his height?
Yeah, the others were 5'7" and 5'8", and I'm 5'7".
Oh, well, now in Love Connections, we always hear both sides of the story, and Alejandro's backstage. So let's welcome Alejandro. Let me see if I get this right now. Crespi. Is that right?
Correct.
Hi, Alejandro. How are you?
All right.
Susan, let me ask you, how did the date go?
Not too well.
Oh, really?
Yes. I mean,
Alejandro, it seemed like Susan was a little disappointed. Did you have the same feeling?
Well, it wasn't the most memorable date I've ever gone.
What went wrong?
I knew I was in trouble when she said that she selected me because I was the tallest of the three and I'm only 5'9½". She took me to the Santa Monica Pier and offered me to ride on a merry-go-round until I was drunk.
oh, we had wine first. That's why he got drunk.
Oh.
I mean, I bought a. You forgot about the.
What,
yes,
you did what? You did.
I packed a picnic hors d'oeuvre session.
Yes, we had a lovely picnic on the beach with wine and cheese and crackers and then with the wine in me, we went on the merry-go-round. And
What'd you do then, Alejandro?
I'm sorry?
What'd you do then?
Oh, well, after 2 or 3 times around the merry-go-round, we then went to the Penny Arcade and played the machines and took some pictures. And then it was time to eat, and we couldn't decide where to go, and finally we went to a pizzeria where she finally ordered everything on the menu, I think.
Wait, hold on. I ordered... Hey, come on. I was paying for it anyway. What did you care?
Why did this date go so well? Why were you guys not hitting it off?
You know, I'm a certain believer in chemistry, and it obviously wasn't there.
Just no chemistry, huh?
Right.
Yeah. Alejandro, you figure that's it?
Well, chemistry is one thing. I think we had a basic difference in philosophy.
For instance?
I believe that I would like to have an equal relationship with a woman, and I like to think that when a woman calls me up for a date, that she will assume all of the responsibilities, such as planning the activities, picking me up, and...
Didn't she... No, wait a minute. No, hold it. Oh.
Every time I mentioned something, you came up with a different idea, correct?
Were you uncomfortable being in charge of the date, kind of taking control?
No.
No, not at
all. But still, if someone were to ask me out for a date, I would expect him to say, in the end, is that all right with you, or is there any other thing? But every time I came up with an idea, he came up with a different one. You know, it was.
And whose idea did you finally? Whose idea won out overall?
Mine.
Well, is there anything else we should know about this date?
Well, I guess the denouement of the date was when, just before she dropped me off at the parking lot, she said to me that the more men she meets, the more she likes her dog.
I don't think I'd wear... If you really want to date, Susan, let me give you a clue. This may not get a guy, it may not work. Just a thought there. Let's take a look and see what the audience picked for you, Susan. Hey, look at this. 60%, the sensitive kind of, the one that opens doors and wants to know how it's sensuous and all this. Bennett, yes.
If Bennett, and I said it when I was shown the tapes, if Bennett had been taller, he was my choice. But at 5'7", I would have felt uncomfortable.
Bennett may be Prince Charming.
He could very well.
Well, anyway, here's the deal. I'm going to make you a deal. If you want to take the audience's advice and go out with Bennett, we'll pick up the tab because that's our rules here. And if not, whatever you want to do.
No, I don't.
You're going to hang out there with your dog, huh?
Right. No, wait, with my teddy bears.
Well, whatever. Alejandro, thank you for being on Love Connection. We're sorry things didn't work out. We have a nice gift for you, though. And
thank you
for
very
coming
much.
along and
I enjoyed it, though.
Well, good. I'm glad you did. Susan, I want to thank you for being on Love Connection. We have a nice gift for you as well, and we're going to come right back in just a minute. Stay with us. Okay, let's meet another man who chose a date from our video library. Now, he's originally from Georgia and says that most men are looking for a woman who will dominate them. Please welcome Roy Nesbitt. Roy? I got to talk to you about this, Roy.
How you doing, Chuck?
Nice to meet you. Roy, I'm not looking for a woman who's going to dominate. Are you looking for a woman who dominates you, really?
No, Chuck. I'm looking for a beautiful woman to dominate me.
Oh, criteria here. She's got to be gorgeous as well.
Right.
What do you mean dominate you? What do you mean by that?
The last woman that I met was a mud wrestler named Helga. I met her in a nightclub, and she was about 6'5", about 200
Was she mud
pounds.
wrestling at the time?
She was mud wrestling at the time.
You said, that's the kind of woman I want.
She came off the ring, and she came up to me and sort of gave me a big bear hug, you know. And it was,
you like that?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of fun.
All right, now we know a little bit more about you. We're going to show you a portion of the tapes that Roy saw. Now, remember, you're going to get to vote this time, okay? First, there was Angelina. She's from Tennessee. Says that she's very strong-willed. She doesn't like to be fixed up.
I can usually do better if I go out and just flirt with the guys on the freeway or whatever. How do I do it? I did that on the way here today. Just driving down the road, and I look, just look in the car, look at the guys in the cars and smile. They smile back, car.
Love on the freeway. Next there was Joni. Now, Joni says she's very down-to-earth, and here's the one ingredient that assures a good date for her.
Just if they're energetic, when we carry on a conversation, what they talk about, if they seem like they come from the right place. When I was younger, I used to make mistakes and sometimes date some deadheads. You know, I don't know what the mistake was, but I don't seem to run into that anymore.
We got a good lineup for you. Finally, there, watch Tina. Now, Tina's from Oklahoma, and she's no problem in a woman making the first move. She says, I can do it.
Say I've had 2 glasses of wine and I see an extremely attractive man that first I have met eye contact with, that I like to do. Then I would just go up to him and say, excuse me, I'd like to know your name.
Boy, listen, I'll tell you what. Now, before we find out who Roy chose, let's see all 3 women once again, okay? First, there was Angelina. Now, she's a 24-year-old salesperson. Then there's Joni, a 26-year-old store manager. And finally, Tina. She's a unit manager, and she's 24. Okay, audience, it's time to vote. You've seen everything. Who do you think is the best for Roy? Here in the studio and at home, too. Please make your choice right now, okay? We are out of time. The audience has made their choice and everything, but we're going to have to wait till tomorrow to see who you selected, okay? Sorry, we just have to wait and see who it is tomorrow, okay? That's our show for today. We'll be back tomorrow with more singles trying to make a love connection. I'm Chuck Woolery. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Some guests on Love Connection will receive one of the following: a versatile, full-valued 106-channel public service scanner radio. Scan for the action with Regency. Or Jovan Musk. Drop for drop, Jovan Musk has brought together more men and women than any other fragrance in history. Try it today and see for yourself. Jovan Musk. Or a tote bag from Pan American World Airways. Across the country and around the world, serving 6 continents, 47 countries, and over 110 cities. Pan Am, you can't beat the experience. Or new Glade Spin Fresh Air Freshener. Continuous bathroom freshness, plus an automatic burst of fragrance when you spin it. New Glade Spin Fresh. This is Rod Roddy, speaking for Love Connection.